Two boys at the center of an Amber Alert are safe after they were found with their father in Mexico. So now what happens next?
Yeah, Liv Kelleher in Saratoga Springs. Now, she spoke with a former FBI special agent about the challenges of bringing children back home from a foreign country.
Well, I asked that former FBI agent why Mexico. She says people tend to believe that they're harder to find in Mexico and harder to extradite from Mexico. She says they're partially correct. Harder to find, not necessarily, but harder to extradite, absolutely. The children and their father, Dane Richman, were found Tuesday night in San Felipe, Mexico, about 250 miles south of San Diego, where his cell phone last pinged on May 19th.
They found him quite easily. I mean, he's there, he's very light-skinned, his children are light-skinned, they're going to stick out.
Jennifer Coffindaffer is a retired special agent with the FBI. She says now the process to get the boys and their father back to the U.S. begins.
It's not a no-brainer because there's such a long process involved.
She explains this is both civil and criminal. To initiate the extradition of the father, the Department of Justice has 60 days to compile their evidence to hand over to the Mexican authorities. Mexican authorities will then review the extradition request, but Coffindaffer says the father can challenge this in court, which could delay his return to the U.S.
I have no doubt that Dane Stephen Richman looked into this, and he understands that he has rights under Mexican law to fight this.
In regards to the two young children,
they actually go into the Department of Child Services, if you will, for Mexico.
So it's not so simple as mom gets on a plane, flies down to Mexico.
No, this process is not at all simple. Anytime you go into another country, you are now under their full authority. In other words, the United States has really absolutely no say-so in these cases. But authorities will work closely with the State Department, with the Department of Justice, and with the FBI to see those children are returned in time to their legal guardian.
She says while the extradition could take months, she expects the children to be returned to their mother's custody much more quickly. Custodial interference charges can start as misdemeanors but elevate to felonies if children are brought across state lines. Reporting in Saratoga Springs, Liv Kelleher, KUTV 2 News.